Yes, hi, this is Noel. Yeah, I want to talk to you about what I remember, about my targeting. And this was this happened a little while back, but I just remembered, like while I was being targeted, everybody I guess, you start off with being followed around and everything. Well, for me, I was being followed around and there was people everywhere I go who just know me for some reason. And I don't even know these people, man. Okay. And what I don't understand is that I was actually being chased around, by the police. I was being chased around by the police and they were trying to throw me in jail, okay? I didn't, I tried my best to ignore it as much as I can. But the third time, I could not ignore it, man, because if I ignored it, they're just gonna keep chasing me around, like a wild animal or something. And I don't think it's right, if you're a target, and you're being chased around like a wild animal, you can. I was thinking, should I go to internal affairs to talk to their department, right? But no, I didn't do that because that's within their department, right? Or should I go talk to a civil rights attorney and file a lawsuit? And I was thinking that would cause more tension, and they would think I would be that would, you're just trying to like you're just after the money, and no, I wouldn't be after the money. So I didn't, file a lawsuit or anything like that with civil rights attorney. And then I talked to an FBI agent who's from Fairfield, California, okay? And this FBI agent got down information about me, but something I didn't understand was that if you're being targeted and it's like if you ever heard of something called InfraGard, it's like some kind of a it's it's some kind of a program out there, and or it's some kind of a nonprofit or something. And you ask help from an FBI agent because you're being chased around by the police like a wild animal, and the police actually put you in InfraGard. But for me to ask an FBI agent, and the FBI controls InfraGard, so how does that look, man? I go ask for help for somebody who controls InfraGard, okay? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't want to go to a civil rights attorney. I didn't want to file a lawsuit because I didn't want any tension. I didn't want any think it was about the money. And I didn't go within their department, the internal affairs. But if you're a target out there and you're being chased around like a wild animal by the police, you should go talk to a civil rights attorney. Don't go filing no complaints with the police. Don't go talking to no FBI agent. Talk to a civil rights attorney and make sure you explain to them what's going on. You have your proof, your discovery. Um, you have witnesses. You let them know what happened to you, because a civil rights attorney, they get paid to do that. They get paid, you know, to sue. They and they work for you. So if I only knew that from the beginning, I would have went to a civil rights attorney. But my targeting is it's pretty infiltrated. It's pretty heavy. You know, they got the police, FBI, they got fire department, they got ambulances, neighborhood watch, community policing. They got organizers, contractor. They got a lot of people on one target. I'm just one Filipino guy, and all I did was talk to another Filipino guy. And the police who put me in this program, I don't know, man. If they were just actually just profiling me because I was talking to another guy, or they're really, you know, maybe you could have been at the wrong place at the wrong time. But if you're a target or if you're being chased around by the police, or and your rights aren't, you feel like something wasn't right, like something was unfair, talk to a civil rights attorney, because they work for you, and they're mostly there to help you, for your best interests. They're looking out for your best interests and trying to help you. They get paid to do it. But there's a lot of people out there who are in the targeting community, but there's people out there who are not really targets. I'm a real target individual, and there's people who are pretending to be targets, and there's a lot. There's people like out there that I know for a fact who are not a target individual. Okay, and one of them would be Frank. His name is Frank, and I know that for a fact that he's not a target. Okay, there's other people out there. Okay, and if you're going through some hard times, and they isolated you, you know just never give up, man. These people, they target one person. Okay, they target one person, but they have a lot of people on this one target. That makes them like tough people, like really, right? All all this on one person. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. They're harming a lot of innocent people out there, man. And it's not right, man. It ain't right to just go target people out there. Just there's a lot of money in these programs too. A lot of money in these programs. But you got to remember, is this person really a bad person, or is it really about the money? You got to think really hard now. Okay? Not everybody, not everybody in this program are like bad people. There's a lot of decent people, a lot of hardworking people. Some of the people who get targeted, they're actually like fucking telling the truth about things. They're like journalists, activists, whistleblowers. Fucking some are just human experimentation, and some are. But the truth is, they don't like it when you tell the truth, man. They do not like it, man. You're considered fucking a terrorist if you tell the truth. You're considered a bad person if you tell the truth. So if you're an activist, a journalist, they consider that a bad person, a terrorist or something. Somebody who tells the truth is considered a threat, a bad person. So I don't know what you call a liar then. If that's considered, I don't know if that's considered a good person or what. But these people don't like. They just don't. Man, they just don't like people who are truthers. And I just don't understand how how somebody get paid and they do this for a living, to harm innocent people out there. There's a lot of people going through this, man, and I just don't understand how people could do this for a living. You take care, God bless, and don't give up, man. You know, don't give up. And number one, don't don't do something like commit suicide. Don't harm yourself. Number two, I know they're doing a lot of bad things to you. They're trying to harm you, direct energy weapons, torturing you. Do not allow. Don't lash out. Don't lash out. That's what they want you to do. They want you to lash out, probably. Just explain what's happening. Expose what they're doing to you, and help another person out there that's going through this. And by you exposing what they're doing to you, could either on video, on in your flyers, could help other people out there. Because a lot of people learn from other people. And if they learn from other people's mistakes, that's another way to help a person. Because they just don't want to fall into just make the same mistake another person did. But you got to remember, like what they're doing to people, they're just harming a lot of people. I don't think it's right, man. I don't think it's right just to be harming people. You take care, God bless, stay safe, stay strong, never give up, man. Never give up, man. Remember, I made a mistake. I talked to an FBI agent from Fairfield, California. Thought she was gonna help me, right? But if if InfraGard is controlled by the FBI and they put you in this program, do you think they're gonna end up helping you? I don't know, man. I don't think so. Take care. God bless. Stay strong. Stay safe. Never give up.